Hey everyone, Stones here coming at you with another video showing off everything that I got from yard sales and garage sales on Saturday and on Sunday today. I had already posted a video on everything that I got on Thursday and Friday. Now I'm showing everything that I got on Saturday and on Sunday. And I wasn't expecting to find much. I didn't have a whole lot of time on Saturday because I had to get with my family and help my niece pack up her grandma's stuff who was moving. So I didn't have a whole lot of time. I was kind of rushing, but I did find quite a bit, and I was really surprised. So I want to show you what I got really quick here. So first of all, the first yard sale that I went on Saturday, heading home from the gym, I saw signs for this on my way to the gym, and this was my first stop. I found these in a bin. I didn't think there was going to be anything there because it looked like all kids stuff, baby stuff, that type of thing. But then I saw a small little box underneath the table that said 25 cents each. And it had these games in there for 25 cents a piece. So PlayStation games, High School Musical 2, Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, and the Simpsons Wii game for $0.25 a piece. Then this was a little bit deceiving because then there was 3 GameCube games I was really excited about for getting for 25 cents a piece. The only one that actually has a game in it is the Sonic Adventure game. She actually was the one that was checking them. She goes, oh, I meant to make sure that all the games were in there, and found out that the Monkey Ball Adventure and the Rugrats game were missing. So she didn't charge me for those. She let me keep the cases, and I'll put those away in case I come across either those specific games themselves, or if I come across other loose GameCube games, because the GameCube games are very unique size. Therefore, the cases are very, very unique. You can't just use a normal game case or a normal DVD case for these games. You can, but it looks weird. So I'll use those for the future, put them away. But 25 cents a piece for all those. And then this was also included in the 25-cent purchase, this Game Boy player. I've never seen one of these before in person. I never found one. But what this is for the GameCube. This is an accessory, an attachment you plug into your GameCube, and it allows you to play Game Boy games. It has a little slot for the Game Boy games, and I didn't even notice it until I actually drove away that inside this one was included a copy of Super Mario 3. So I only paid 25 cents total for that. The Game Boy player is worth, I think, like $25, $30. And that Super Mario game is also worth about $20, $25. I also picked up this just to kind of round up the purchase, because I think this whole thing would have been like $1.25 for all these games in the Game Boy player. So I just said, hey, would you just do 6 if I pick this up for $5? That's actually only worth like $10 or $15. So just did it to round up and just to kind of feel like I actually paid for something, because I felt like this was crazy deal. Next sale I went to, I picked up this for $3. This is a vintage Coca-Cola kids rain jacket. It's rubber rain jacket. I tried comping this. I could not find one in this design. It seems to be pretty rare. Who knows what the value could be for this? $20, maybe up to $100. I have to do more research, but definitely worth the price. It looks dirty, it looks stained, but I think that'll wipe off clean because this is just rubber. And then another yard sale I went to, I talked about in my last video about the 50-cent action figure I bought, the Extreme Dinosaurs action figure, that because I found the wings, I was lucky enough to just see those in the bin. It's worth about $125 right now. I went back to that yard sale. I had meant to go back on Friday, and I forgot to go back because after doing more research, I realized that there was other accessories, weapons that could go with that action figure that would really boost the value on it. And if by chance it happened to be in that bin with where I found the wings as well, maybe I could make some more money on that action figure. I forgot to go back on Friday, but I did pass it on Saturday, and I decided I was going to do a quick check. They didn't have the bin there anymore with all those little toys in there. Maybe they sold them out. Maybe, I don't know. It was a multi-family sale. Maybe that family wasn't participating on Saturday and took their stuff back. I don't know. But they did have extra stuff out that I didn't see on Thursday, because that was all the way back on Thursday. And I found this Roblox action figure. This Roblox action figure right now is selling for, I paid $2 for it. Right now, the last one sold, I think, for $30, is if I remember correctly. Right now, the only active listing right now for this and new in the package is $40. So I'm either going to match that price or maybe list mine at $35. Now, the value in these action figures is not the action figure themselves, but it's this exclusive redeemable virtual code for the online game that gives you virtual items to play the game. So once you use that code, it's done, so you can't use it again. So the only way you can get that virtual item, if you don't have it already, is to get the figure that's still brand new in the package with the virtual code still intact and unused. So that's what makes these worth a lot of money. It's not really the action figure themselves. There are certain action figures with certain codes that are so rare, they sell for nearly $100. It's crazy. The next sale I went to was kind of a mini community sale. They kind of do this every year. The first one, the one that I went to first, everything was free. They had signs up said everything was free. They did have a little concession stand being run by the kids, and I did buy a couple things from them. But I picked up these books. Now, there was a big box of what I call small box printer inks, and there was a lot of them. A lot of different brands, a lot of different model numbers, different colors. And I could have really made some money on that for free. But I just don't deal with the smaller printer ink anymore. It just doesn't do well for me. Matter of fact, I thought about purging what I have left in my store and just getting rid of it. The big printer ink boxes is what I call them. I still look out for those, and I actually have one here in a moment that I'll show you. But these books, these are newer printings of this Cherry Eames Nurse series. I have volumes 1 through 4 here. These are 2006 printings. These date back to, like, I think the 50s or 60s. They're older books. This set, I mean, because it's a newer set, I might be able to get $20 for all 4 total, but I didn't pay anything for it. Now, these other books are actually older and vintage. This Flying Tackle book, I think I can get about $20 for that. And this World War II stories book, I think I can get about $10 for that as well. I also picked up this plush. Thought it was unique. Thought maybe it was something from some TV show or cartoon or something that was rare. It ended up being a Kohl's Care plush, which really isn't worth anything. So that's already going to be set for a donation to the thrift store. Across the street from that free yard sale, I picked up these 2 items. This watch for $3. It is used, gently used. It only needs a new battery. These glow-in-the-dark face Loris watches, the sports watches, can get anywhere from $30, $40, something like that. This vintage Fabulous Fred game, it kind of has the same technology as the old Simon game. I've had this before. Again, another $25, $30 on that. I paid $3 for that. Another yard sale I rolled up to Saturday morning had this big bin of vintage G.I. Joe vehicles. It seems like it's a lot of parts and pieces. I don't think probably anything's complete for sure, but these parts and pieces are worth money. Depending on the vehicle, the shell, just a blade, a missile, something, you know, where a collector is trying to complete what they have. You can get good money for this. I paid $15 for this. He originally said 20, and before I could even say, yeah, I'll take it for 20, which I would have taken it for 20, he said, how about 15? And one of these vehicles would easily sell for twice that. So, and there's other things in here too. It's not all G.I. Joe, but it's mostly G.I. Joe. And I've picked up vintage G.I. Joe parts. Last year, I still have some of them. What I might end up doing after I do the research on this is I might just end up selling the whole lot. Either put it up for auction, maybe not. I don't like doing auctions because I feel like you lose money and you leave money on the table. I might throw everything up for a couple $100 depending on what I actually have, you know, and put everything from last year that I still have, put it together and sell it for, like, you know, a couple $100, something like that. And then later on that morning, or actually that afternoon, I had been helping out my family with my niece's grandma, packing things up. I had to run home really quick, grab some more packing supplies for the breakables that we were packing away and putting into storage, and there was a sign for a yard sale that didn't start till noon. So I went out, checked it really quick. Started finding all these action figures. Started grabbing them up. There was no sign, no prices or anything. Now, what I originally grabbed is in the box here, the small shoe box. So all those wrestling figures there. Some of these Power Rangers. That's a Marvel Legends figure as well. I didn't have much on me because I'd been spending money all morning and I didn't have time to go get more money. And so I asked, it was a couple kids running the sale. I think one was like 8 and the other one was like 6. And I asked them how much, and they said, oh, probably, 50 cents each. Well, I knew that I only had $5 on me, and I knew I had more than $5 worth of figures. But I said, well, I'm going to have to go and get more money. And found out later on that they would have only charged me $5 for everything that I picked up anyways. But it's good that I didn't know that, because what ended up happening was when I was gone and went and got more money, thinking that I needed more money, got back, they said, hey, all that stuff was only $5, but if you're looking for wrestlers, more wrestling action figures, we pulled out a whole lot more if you're interested. So they pulled out the rest of those. There was I think it was 29 more, something like that. Yeah, 29 more. 28, 29 more. Now with those, they said, well, these weren't ones they were wanting to get rid of these. They weren't originally going to get rid of these, but they were going to charge me $2 a piece for these if I was interested, because they were better ones. And I said, sure. So I ended up paying $65 total for everything here. I think it's a total of 45 action figures, wrestling action figures, not including the wrestling, the Legend, the Marvel Legend, and the Power Rangers. Power Rangers will go into my collection. But these 3 figures right here, I pulled them aside because they all have belts. And one thing I know about these action figures is if you have the belts, they are worth money because the belts get lost really easily. This middle guy, I think it's Cedric. I looked him up really quick. With his belt alone, it's $40. So there's more than half my money back. And I think I can lot all these figures up together and sell them easily for a couple $100, maybe $250. I actually have other wrestling action figures in the house that I've put away because I didn't have enough of them to sell them individually or sell them as a lot. I was waiting for something like this to happen. So I think I have another like 5 or 6 that I can throw in to this collection and kind of up the interest. So I'm looking at a couple of $100, if not closer to 300 on that. So that was Saturday. And then on Sunday, coming home from the gym, I did find one more sale. They had a sign up that I didn't see all weekend, but the sign was claiming the sale ran Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But it was the first time I saw the sign, and I passed that road 2 or 3 times all weekend. So I don't know where maybe they knew or realized that, hey, no one's coming to our sale, we need to get more signs up. But I went to the sale right after, on my way home from the gym. The first thing that I saw, this is the big box printer ink I talk about. So things like this, the Brother, the HP stuff, and the bigger boxes, I go for that. No price on it, asked what they wanted for it. The lady said, well, how about $1? And then she goes, no, never mind. You can have it for free. I don't even know if it works anymore. It's so old. You can just have it for free. I was like, oh, thanks. And then I started looking around some more, and they had a bin of some video game stuff. There was a PlayStation 3 in there. It was in terrible condition. I mean, I wouldn't have even taken it if she said I could have it for free. It was caked with dirt. It was broken in pieces. Now, there's some games there. These are PS3 games, and this original PS1 controller. I felt like I had to buy something because I got this. So there's 4 games in the controller. I offered $5, $1 a piece for each one, and she agreed. So I bought something. Now the games themselves, they're worth $5 a piece. There's even one game that's worth like $5 free shipping, so pretty much worthless. Controller's worth $1 for sure. I'll throw that in my bin. But this free printer ink, so this thing, there are no listings on eBay right now. You can get third-party printer cartridges for this printer, but you can't get a genuine Brother one. The last one sold for $45 plus shipping, so about $60. No, I think it was $55 plus shipping. And right now there's none. So I can raise the price on mine because I'm going to have the only one. So we're looking at probably $60 for this thing, at least. So free, and then you pay for things that aren't worth as much. It's kind of weird how that works. So there you go. That's my weekend haul, or at least Saturday and Sunday items. If you haven't seen my last video, everything that I got from Thursday and Friday, be sure to check it out because it was a crazy weekend. For sure. The things that I found, and I got to get to work and get some of the stuff listed. Have a great weekend and see you soon.